Americans can legally get a second passport and own overseas property for less than $150,000. Here's where. Many Americans assume dual citizenship and foreign property are reserved for the ultra-rich, but that assumption is outdated. Let's take a look at the states where they can legally secure a second passport and own assets without being wealthy. From Latin America to Europe adjacent nations, we're uncovering affordable, flexible residency and passport options as identified by National Geographic Traveler, Wanderlust, and Coastal Living. Watch until the end for the single option that stands out as the best deal, and the one most Americans completely overlook. Something has shifted for many Americans, and it's pushing them to think beyond one passport. Rising uncertainty around taxes, healthcare, and the cost of living has turned casual worries into long-term questions. People aren't giving up on home, they're adopting a backup plan mindset. A second passport represents travel freedom, the ability to move, work, and live without friction if circumstances change. It also opens the door to lifestyle arbitrage, earning in one economy while enjoying a better quality of life in another. Lower expenses, simpler systems, and more control start to matter. At its core, this movement isn't driven by fear. This isn't about escaping, it's about options. The biggest myth stops most people before they ever start. You need millions to get a second passport. That belief has been reinforced by flashy headlines showcasing ultra-wealthy investors buying citizenship through luxury programs. But the reality is far quieter and far more accessible. Many countries offer legal, government-backed pathways that are structured to attract new residents, entrepreneurs, and long-term contributors, not just millionaires. These programs can be affordable, transparent, and surprisingly flexible if you know where to look. They don't come with yachts or private jets, but they come with stability, mobility, and real choices. As the saying goes, the expensive passports get the headlines, the affordable ones change lives. Don't go anywhere. An explanation of how these programs actually work is coming up. Once you understand the rules, the mystery around second passports fades quickly. Some programs offer citizenship by investment, where a qualifying contribution fast-tracks the process, while others begin with residency that leads to citizenship over time. Property-linked programs tie legal status to real estate purchases, aligning your investment with national development goals. In many cases, time-based naturalization is the quiet path. Live there legally, meet clear requirements, and eventually qualify. None of this happens overnight, but it's predictable and regulated. Governments publish these frameworks openly, yet few read them. As one expert puts it, nothing shady, no shortcuts, just laws most people never read. That's how the system actually works. Country number one surprises almost everyone. Nicaragua. Property prices remain low, especially outside tourist hubs, making ownership realistic for ordinary Americans. Many start with legal residency, then follow a clear residency to citizenship path over time. Daily life is affordable, from food to services, stretching dollars further than expected. The pros include warm climate, growing expat communities, and simple living. Real limitations matter too. Slower bureaucracy, fewer luxury amenities, and the need for patience. Healthcare access is improving, but income opportunities are limited unless you bring remote work with savings. It's not for everyone, but for the right person, it offers a genuine foothold abroad. Keep watching, because this is just the beginning. Quietly overlooked, Paraguay may be one of the most accessible footholds in the world. It offers one of the cheapest residency programs available, with simple requirements that don't demand massive investments or complicated income proofs. You establish legal residency, show minimal ties, and let time do the work. Property ownership is optional, but if you choose to buy, prices are still remarkably affordable, especially outside Asunción. Life moves slower here, cost in lieu stay low, and flexibility is the real asset. Paraguay rewards patience, not flash, making it ideal for long-term planners building optionality. As locals like to say, Paraguay doesn't sell citizenship. It gives you time to plan your future. Turkey often enters the conversation later, but it changes the entire strategy. Through a property investment route, buyers can qualify for citizenship by purchasing approved real estate, making the process clear and transactional. In return, Turkey offers global travel access with visa-free or simplified entry to dozens of countries. Regionally, the passport delivers strong passport mobility regionally across Europe-adjacent regions, the Middle East, and parts of Asia as a geographic bridge. The lifestyle is layered: modern cities, deep culture, and competitive living costs outside prime districts. There are risks, currency swings, and bureaucracy, but the upside is strategic flexibility. For planners, timing and location choices matter more here. Make sure to watch all the way through. This one surprises most Americans. Many Americans have never considered North Macedonia, but it quietly deserves attention. This underrated Europe-adjacent option offers property at prices that feel almost impossible compared to Western Europe, making ownership accessible without draining savings. Residency is straightforward, given legal footing, healthcare access, and the ability to travel freely within nearby regions. Beyond practical benefits, it's a place where life moves at a slower, more manageable pace, with low daily costs and welcoming communities. For anyone exploring options, it proves that Europe doesn't always mean sky-high expenses. Europe is cheaper than you think if you look in the right places. North Macedonia is a perfect example. Panama often feels like the gateway every American hears about, but there's a reason it keeps working. Thanks to its friendly nation's legacy, U.S. citizens can establish residency with relative ease, supported by clear, well-documented property ownership rules. Buying real estate is straightforward, with legal protections and minimal surprises, making it ideal for newcomers. Beyond paperwork, Panama offers a strong expat ecosystem, communities, services, and social networks designed to help foreigners settle in comfortably. From beaches to bustling cities, daily life balances familiarity with adventure. For Americans seeking both security and flexibility abroad, it's a proven path. Panama works because Americans already paved the road. You'll want to know the trade-offs nobody mentions. Trust me, no second passport comes without its trade-offs, and most guides gloss over them. Timelines can be slow. Residency to citizenship programs require patience, sometimes years of legal presence before full benefits arrive. Language barriers can complicate daily life, from banking to healthcare, and adapting to different legal systems often means hiring local experts. Even simple routines, shopping, commuting, socializing, can feel unfamiliar, demanding a lifestyle adjustment. It's easy to focus on freedom and affordability, but the real story includes these challenges. For those willing to plan, adapt, and persevere, the rewards outweigh the hurdles. As one expat wisely puts it, there's no free lunch, only fair deals. Understanding them up front makes all the difference. This isn't for everyone, and being honest up front saves frustration later. Second passport programs aren't a quick flip or a fast escape. They reward patience, planning, and commitment. They're best suited for long-term thinkers, retirees seeking stability, remote workers chasing flexibility, and planners building optionality for themselves and their families. If you thrive on instant results, the process can feel slow and bureaucratic. But for those willing to play the long game, the benefits compound over time. freedom, security, and lifestyle choice. Knowing who this is truly for and who it isn't makes all the difference in the journey ahead. We will now reveal the one country that changes everything, offering the perfect combination of affordability, access, and opportunity. Most Americans overlook a hidden gem in South America, Paraguay. Quietly, it offers one of the lowest cost legal residencies, a clear path to citizenship, and property prices well under $150,000. Residency comes with low scrutiny and minimal stress, and there's no need to renounce U.S. citizenship. Why does it win? Because it combines simplicity, affordability, and a sovereign backup in one package, while offering long-term flexibility for travel, work, or retirement. It's not about flashy programs or headline-grabbing investments. It's about functional, reliable options that actually work for real people. For anyone seeking security, freedom, and smart planning, Paraguay quietly delivers. The best passport deal isn't flashy, it's functional. Smart Americans aren't chasing headlines. They're quietly building real options for the future. They start by securing legal residency in countries that offer clear pathways to citizenship, often through affordable programs that don't demand millions. Many pair this with modest property purchases, just enough to meet requirements and anchor their presence, without overspending or overcomplicating their lives. Then they let time do the work, fulfilling residency obligations, learning the local systems, and watching opportunities grow naturally. It's a long game approach, grounded in patience, planning, and flexibility, rather than instant results. For these forward thinkers, the lesson is clear. The clock matters more than the cash. By respecting timelines and legal frameworks, they turn small investments today into security, freedom, and options for decades to come. A second passport isn't about leaving America. It's about making sure you're never trapped. If that resonates, check the links in the description to see practical ways to take control of your future.